What's going on, campers? Campfacer here. Today's video is a little different. I don't normally do these kind of videos on my channel, but I felt like I kind of had to. I've been following this case. If you guys have not heard yet, this girl that you're seeing here, Gabby Petito, she's now missing, and that's what this video is all about. She's presumed deceased, some think. She could be. We're going to get into this. I'm going to explain what's been going on. If you haven't seen it on the news, it's all over the news, by the way, right now. I've been interested in this story because I'm trying to, at the same time, piece together what happened. I'm trying to follow the timeline, and there's a bunch of video, body cam footage of this story from when they got pulled over by the police, which I'll get into in a second. I've been watching a lot of video footage, doing some reading on this, seeing it on the news. Again, she's missing. People assume she's deceased. We don't know for a fact yet, but time's ticking, and yeah, so let's get into this. So if you haven't heard, there's a couple, Gabby Petito, 22-year-old Gabby Petito, and her fiance, Brian Laundrie. They started a YouTube channel called Nomadic Static, and it's a vlogging channel. She decided to quit her job and go across country vlogging and whatnot. They planned on doing this for a while. They've been doing it for 4 months up till now. They started off she lived in Long Island, New York. He was from Florida. They went from Florida in their van. It's like a little camping, what do you call it? A transit van. They set it up where they could sleep in the van, and they kept everything in there. And they traveled from Florida to Colorado, Utah. They plan to go to California eventually, and so on. They made it to Utah, and things started getting a little weird. So one day, August 12th, a bystander, saw this van swerving, and they called the police. And the police ended up pursuing the van, not knowing who they were, obviously. They saw them swerving over the yellow line. The van ended up crashing into a curb or something like that. The officer went up to see that Brian, the driver, had scratches all over his face, and they both were kind of shooken up a little bit. She was crying, so he pulled her out of the car. They separated the two, and they investigated both Brian and Gabby, and come to find out, Gabby admitted to scratching and hitting Brian, causing the van to do what it did, swerve and whatnot. And she also admitted to having mental health issues and not feeling right lately. And it seemed like he was genuine and honest, and nothing wrong with him. I mean, I watched the entire video. The video is on YouTube. You can see it's a body cam footage. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long, if you have time to watch all that. I looked into watching it because I'm trying to figure things out here, and it didn't seem too bad. They ended up, they were going to charge her with domestic violence and not really so much arrest her, but like give her a court date and whatnot, fingerprint her. But they found a loophole because the police officers noticed that they both weren't really so much wanting to charge each other at that point. So to make matters easier for them, they found a loophole to let them go. But like, you go to that hotel tonight, you go somewhere else, you separate. And they ended up doing that. And from there, things got a little weird, because August 25th, the last text message was sent to Gabby's parents, and they said to the police that she would never communicate the way she did, in such lack of communication on the text messaging, because she said that they were heading to Yellowstone National Park, which probably didn't even happen, because on September 1st, after that last communication, Brian headed back to Florida, to his home in Florida, in her van that she owned without Gabby. And it took a few days later for her parents to figure out that he was home in Florida without her. Now everyone's trying to figure out, where is Gabby? How come you didn't bring her back? He's not talking to anybody. He called his lawyer. He won't speak to the police. He won't speak to the parents. Nobody. He's keeping his mouth shut. And because his lawyer said this, and you know, and I try to tell people this too, because in the comments I see a lot of people pointing fingers, and I see a lot of people right off the bat accusing Brian for being like a murderer. Oh, he killed her. He killed her. Does it look like he killed her? Yes. I have to say it is kind of he's looking a little guilty here. It's not good. But did he kill her? We don't know that for a fact. So I just see all these people in comments all the time saying, oh, Brian killed Gabby. He's a murderer. He should burn in hell. We don't know that yet. And this is where it gets really weird, you guys, because today I found out some more information. The police just found another double murder at the same camp in Utah. It was actually Moab, Utah, the camp that they were nearby. There were two females, newly married females, Crystal Turner and Kylan Schulte. They were both shot to death, and I guess they found their bodies, it was reported, and that the last time that they were seen was the day before Gabby and Brian got pulled over in Utah on the freeway. Now, what's the odds of a double murder happening at the same camp? What's the odds that there's two different killers there? Slim to none. So it's got to be one person. And I'm trying to think to myself, who could this killer be? Could it be Brian, or could it be somebody else? There might be a reason why Brian's not talking here. Maybe he knows something and there's no way to prove it, but if he tries explaining the truth to people out there, they're going to just point fingers at him anyways. Every single word you say can hurt you in the court of law. Innocent people get put away all the time. Is he innocent? I want to say no. I'm not saying he is innocent. I'm just saying you don't know the situation. And that's why it's important to kind of do your math, do the homework, research it, watch, the videos, watch the body cam footage. I'm just bringing you guys this information. Maybe my video will help out there. Maybe somebody will be aware of this now that lives around. I don't know. I hope that they find Gabby. I hope she returns home. Maybe she ran away. Maybe they got in another fight and she decided to take off. He couldn't find her. Maybe he was searching for a long time and he got scared and went home. He doesn't know what to do. Maybe she ran off and maybe somebody else snagged her and kidnapped her, and he knew. There's no telling what's happening right now. All I know is that the FBI is involved. People are trying to find this girl, and it's getting a little weird. This is just, now that the double murder showed up, now I'm really starting to think, what happened out there? Who did this? But yeah, you guys, it's a weird story. And, I just sometimes get interested in unsolved mysteries and try to figure out what could possibly go wrong. What happened? Where did they go? Who did this? Who did that? This girl's got mental health issues. I don't know how bad, but in the video, she admitted it to the police. He didn't seem like he was all violent or anything. There was no weapons. He didn't hit her. I guess he just put his hand in her face when she was punching him. But the cops were, self-defense. He didn't want to press charges. And again, guys, why would he want to murder his fiance, especially after being interrogated a week or so before she went missing? His name's all over the radar. Again, I'm not trying to prove he's innocent. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to piece together why would he do that, It just doesn't make any sense. And they looked, in all their video footage, like the video you're watching here, it looks like they're so happy. They're just traveling, living the life, living off the grid, basically, just going to national park to national park. And something tells me, because today that turned up the double murder from the two females that just got married. something tells me there's just something weird about it, and it just doesn't make any sense. So anyways, that's it for today's video. I want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully something good comes out of this, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, campers, stay out of the woods.